We use Schaefer in all of our engines when we go to distribute them out to the public. We use the oils because they carry the right chemicals, I guess you would say, that we want in the oils for break-in purposes. A lot of the oils nowadays have changed, and it's made our job more and more difficult, especially in the area of ring seating, solid cams, flat tappet cams, the old school, some of our retro motors that we do. It makes it a little harder, and the oil has helped us out in that area.
And I see over here that you're getting your hot rod ready for a race this weekend, and you're running Schaefer's oil in that?
Yes, sir, we do. The most noticeable difference we've seen in the Schaefer oil in our car, we've used different oils over the years. All of them have been great. Everything worked out good for us, but it seems that we have, with the tool steel rings that we use in the racing engine, we seem to have a little bit better success with the ring seat. Any of the abrasive wears that we were seeing before, now they seem to be a lot better.
Johnny, I know that for 2 years I come by trying to get y'all to try Schaefer's oil. Can you tell us how you came about using Schaefer's?
Well, in all honesty, we considered it when it first came to us as like snake oil. We didn't believe in it at all. We thought there's nothing you're going to pour out of a bottle that's going to just do a miracle job. And the story is the truth of how everything happened with me in it. I've got a Serta head machine, and the pilots in it are used to center the machine up. And the tighter the tolerance you can keep in the guide, the better the valve job is. And sometimes I'll get these pilots so tight that they'll try to gall. And I actually had a particular head that I was working on, and the pilot would seize up in it. So I'd put a little lubricant on it, and it seemed to be better, but it still seized up. Well, I tried every oil I had in the shop. And finally I said, well, I'm going to try that Schaefer oil just to see if this is the real deal. And I put the oil on the pilot, and I finished that head. And ever since then, that's all I use is my lubricant on those pilots, and I have never had any more problems with it. And so that was kind of what sold me on that it wasn't just a joke, that it actually did something. If it right or wrong, it did something. And that's when we tried it in the race car and we started seeing results.
And I believe the first time you went to a race was in Atmore with oil in the car, and I think you reset the track record, didn't you?
Well, actually, we took the weekend before that, we tried it in Bradenton, Florida, and the fastest the car had ever been on one stage of nitrous to that point was a 404. And we went to Bradenton, Florida, and on one system the car actually went 398. And then we went to Atmore, as you were speaking of, the next weekend, and the car actually went a 392 on two systems, which shouldn't have been with one stage, but it actually had two systems on it. But we still set the track record and had real good success with it.
And then the next trip back to Atmore, the very next race after you set that record, you went back to Atmore and reset your own track record, right?
Again, that's right. That's right.
To a 390
I went up from, it was for a 395, then I went back and reset it to a 392. That's the way it actually happened. Yes.
Yeah. So, well, Johnny, we appreciate it. You're happy with Schaefer's, and you recommend it to all your customers.
I do, yes, sir. As a matter of fact, I recommended it to a man today who was having some lifter problems. I told him I thought it might help him.
All right. Well, we thank you, Johnny.
Thank you.